Hopefully this works. Are we live? We may be live in the studios. We're not so sure. We're definitely live in the chat. Anybody can hear this? Let me know. We're definitely live in the chat. We got feedback. Anybody can hear? I'll close that down. There we go. 10 people in the chat. 7 thumbs up. Thank you. It's Wednesday night or school night for most people. But I'm off tomorrow, so make a good time to touch base with everybody. All right, let's see. Let's just give a little shout out to everybody in the house. What about we? Studer in the house. Thanks for joining us. Looks like both Andy and Simone are in the house. Thank you. Good timers. Lucky Dog Slots are here. Crystal K, Vegas BB in the house. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Pennies for Vegas. Mark joining us here tonight. I think I saw PJ here earlier. Perhaps he's napping. Perhaps all napping. Looks like Lisa and Drew are in the house. I'm not seeing the chat very well on my tablet here. But here we go. And all right, let's take a look here. Crystal, Simone, Mark Angela. Hey, Mark. Welcome for joining us. Kino Kid in the house. Had a good premiere earlier tonight. So definitely check that out if you weren't there in the actual for the actual premiere. Lots of drunk candy, which is always good. What else we got in the house? You see Adam Burchette in the house. Thank you for joining us. Okay, I thought L&D were in the house. Lisa, Drew. Big Drew struggling with some dental issues. So thanks for sticking it out with us tonight. 10 o'clock out on the West Coast. Ronnie C. Ronnie, thanks for joining us. 18 people in the house. That's not bad. I noticed now that he can't go to Las Vegas temporarily. We have it's like a nightly live stream from Say Hi to Matthew. Well, you know what he's going to tell you. He's Canadian. Can't go to Vegas. He's got a really fancy mic, though. Gotta love that. Muffy in the house. Thank you, Kevin, for joining us tonight. Again, apologies to those of you on the East Coast who may be, for whom it may be a school night. There's PJ for certain. We're up to 20 people in the chat. Let's go talk about a few things tonight. We do have a Vegas trivia quiz, 10 questions. I'm not going to tell you what the subject matter is because you all will go out and cheat. But we are going to see who can answer the most questions correctly. And the winner will win my classic prize, which is the $20 Amazon e-gift card. So don't participate if you don't have an email address because that's the only way I can send it to you. Hello, PJ. What's going on? PJ can't get gas. Apparently, is that an issue? I guess that's an issue. I don't watch the news. So PJ cannot cannot go Ubering. Uber DC idle DC. See who else? Seeking Vegas Sunrise. Thank you for joining us. Should be a relatively short show tonight. Not planning to go thing. It's a huge issue. Perhaps PJ should go live tomorrow night and discuss the ins and outs of gasoline in Burchette. No gas in Raleigh, Durham. Laura, Dr. Laura, welcome. She doesn't even like Vegas. She was nice enough to drop in. Thank you. Annie has lots of gas. Probably the cauliflower. I don't know how you can eat that stuff. Horrifying. Vegas Best Ideas in the house. I don't think I mentioned them. I should have. Merritt and Gord. They had a pretty cool video today of the win. Check that out. As I know many of us, Pennies and I for sure, enjoy any opportunity to wander about the wonderful win. So that is pretty cool. Let's see. PJ, ransom hack. There you go. Just pay the ransom. There you go. All right. It's my mocktail. JP and I are on the wagon, at least temporarily. We have ceased our day and night drinking. I think we're on like 10 days. We are alcohol free. I'll probably go out a little bit tomorrow and to a watering hole of mine, have a little lunch and probably a beer or two. But we are off the vodka. It's a demonic thing. So there are weeks of my life that are lost to vodka. So we are doing much better without it. Kevin and Jen both in the house. Cinnamon Girl. I think Cinnamon Girl is in Las Vegas. That's very kind of you to drop by and join us for a few minutes. I wouldn't even remember how to get online in Vegas. So did want to make an announcement of sorts. And I know probably 3-4 months ago, I was, what do I want to say? I believe I made some sort of a statement to the effect that I would be crawling over broken glass to be sure that I am at Rocktober. I am not sure that's going to happen. So if any of you were planning, and I can't imagine this, if any of you were planning to go to Rocktober just to see me, I am not sure I'm going to be there. Okay, I'd say it's a 50-50 proposition at best. There's some personal issues, some work-related things. So I'm probably not going to know until much later whether or not that's going to be something I can do. And hopefully, if I find out I can, I'll be able to afford a ticket because things are getting pretty pricey out in Vegas. Oh, well, there you go. Cinnamon is going to have a live stream in a hot tub. So just consider this like a warm-up for that. All right. Yeah. Cinnamon will be drinking the vodka for me. All right. Muffy, San, Lisa, and Drew again. In Vegas more than Keno. Shelf is not backwards. It's probably because maybe I have the phone setting wrong. Yeah. Oh no, Cinnamon Girl did not get the job. They're not hiring, it turns out, at Chicas Bonitas. Very disappointing. All right, so yeah, I just wanted to make that. I'll almost certainly get to Vegas sometime this late summer, early fall, but the dates are still a bit nebulous. So, like I said, hopefully, I haven't ruled it out yet, but I want to make sure nobody was going out there just to see me. If you were going out there just to see me, you can just fly to Kansas City and see me. I mean, probably a cheaper flight for some of you. Anyway, hello, Vegas Goat. New person in the house. 24 in the chat. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Go with Mark and June. Yeah. PJ is saying that he's going to make like so much money off of this cryptocurrency that he is invested in that if it goes high enough, he's going to like get a what do you call it? Like a private plane and fly us all to Vegas. So keep your eye on that dodgy coin or whatever it is. Yes, orange juice, pineapple juice. It's my go-to mocktail. All right. Anybody want to play a game? Anybody want to win a prize? We can do that. See what else we got going on here. See if I've missed anybody else in the house. See, we have a fair number of moderators. Definitely want to encourage everyone in the house, particularly if we don't know who you are, to behave yourself well. Otherwise, these folks have a quick trigger finger. I don't even remember making all these people moderators. Hello, Kim Simons. Welcome to the live stream. Say hi to JR. You'll get a discount on donuts. I see Jen is in the house. Tom and Mindy. Tom, I hope you're feeling better. A bit under the weather. I understand last week. Melba, thank you for joining us. One of several slot channels in the house tonight. Rent a house for October. I thought we were going to rent the Artisan Hotel, the adults only hotel. It's only $40,000. Blair G, welcome. Appreciate you dropping in with us tonight. And yes, Tom, there will be a prize. We're having a Vegas trivia contest here shortly. See, what else was I going to say? So obviously there was no Wednesday show today. There's probably not going to be a Wednesday show next week either, because we're going to do our second podcast. And then following week, we have a revised Wednesday show. PJ's given me an idea. We're going to do a bunch of really sort of short little 1-2 minute segments. Probably the whole thing won't be more than 8 to 10 minutes long. I think it'll be fun. I've got some ideas, so look forward to that. Do appreciate our channel viewership on Vegas Weekly has been up substantially the last few weeks, so thanks for joining us. I know a number of people have commented positively on the new sort of lead-in music and video. Just so you know, the logos and stuff, those were all done by our friend PJ, with the exception of one of the Cocktail of the Week logos, which was done by Dino from 60 Second Cocktail. And the funky music just comes from my editing software. I use KindMaster on my phone. It's actually got a ton of features that I never touch, and but it's got a lot of free music and other fun little tools. So that's where all that comes from. All right, Adam Burchett, completely finished my next trip. All right, very good. Melba, PJ is single. You can definitely message him your number. I always speak for PJ. All right. Okay, let me do something here real quick before we get started. It does not do Windows. But you do clean cars. Fine job of cleaning cars. Hello, M. Ernst. Welcome to the show. Not seen much of you around. All right. Hey, we got 30 people in the chat. That's pretty good. I probably don't know half of you, but hey, thank you for joining us tonight. 18 thumbs up. Hey, thank you. If you're on your way out, please hit that thumbs up button. It helps us out. We've been live for 13 minutes. We are going to go to our trivia contest now. Now, here are the rules. I make the rules. Okay? No complaints. I'm sorry if your Wi-Fi connection or your cellular connection is slow. I'm taking the first correct answer to these questions as reflected on my tablet, on which I am monitoring the conversation here as I am broadcasting on the phone. And so the nature of the cut is a little bit about Vegas history, but some of this history isn't too far in the past, so some of these questions are not too difficult. I am going to name a current casino, hotel, resort in Las Vegas. What I need for you to tell me. Hey, great. Congratulations. Got a trip in November, 40th birthday. Always a fun place to spend your birthday. Drunk uncle. All right. So I'm going to give you the name of a current Las Vegas casino resort. And I'm going to ask you to tell me what it most recently used to be. So let me give an example. If I gave you the name of Virgin Hotels, you would say Hard Rock. That would be the correct answer. Now, there is one of these properties I am going to mention where there are two answers. And the first person to give me the first one will get a half a point, and the first person to give me the other one will give another half point. That should make it less likely that we will have a tie. In the event that there is a tie after our 10 questions, there will be a sudden death question, which I have already prepared for you. No, that one's not on the list either. I thought about that one, but I did not. That was not on the to-do list, PJ. But PJ gives a good example. Again, if I say Oyo, you say Hooters. All right. So let's prepare for question number one. See, everyone's very excited. Mostly there seems to be a lot of insults going back and forth. But we got 32 people in the house and 22 thumbs up. Thank you. Very good. All right. Is everybody ready, or is both people who are playing ready? Screw you, Andy. Everybody, people just love Andy, don't they? Or they love Simone and they put up with Andy. Maybe that's what it is. Now we're gonna refresh this one more time. We'll start. All right, question number one coming up here just a moment. All right, Pennies has to pee-pee. I don't know what that involves, how many wires and pulleys and pads and Canadian bacon is involved with that, but we'll give it a couple of minutes. You can all go to your Google Fire and see if you can look all this stuff up in advance. Yeah, Kino Candy is delightful. Kino Kid looks like this scary guy. Kino Kid looks like he should be on Maury. Happy anniversary to Pennies and Liz today. This is their 14th wedding anniversary. I know that. I'm not sure Penny knows that. Creeper Nick in the house. Thanks for dropping by. Creeping by. There you go. You know, in what we call Canadian bacon, the Canadians simply call bacon. And what we call bacon, they call back bacon. Or that's what I heard. I could be wrong, but that's what I heard. All right, we're waiting for Pennies, waiting for Godot. Hope everyone's having a good week. Looks like it's going to be a pleasant day around here tomorrow. Maybe I'll do some footage. Definitely going to do some footage around Lawrence for you all for the upcoming Wednesday shows. I think that'll be kind of fun. It's a lot of little cool spots to see. Canadian Bacon was the worst movie John Candy ever starred in. That is saying something. Rest in peace, Mr. John Candy. But there were some pretty bad movies in his filmography. All right, still waiting for Mark. Like he's going to win anyway. Yeah, exactly. If I had to pee right, if I had to go poop right now, I would just take the phone in there, and you'd have to be involved with it. But so yeah, that probably go out for a little walk. I'm catching up on some podcasts. Been trying to catch up on everybody's videos. I'm doing pretty good. Don't think I have too many people that I'm behind on anything they did in the last month or so. All right, Penny's back. He thinks he's going to win. Andy probably thinks he's going to win. I don't think either one of them are going to win, honestly. It's going to be somebody like Adam Burchett or Mark Angelo is probably going to be one of these people is going to win. Okay, so the rule again. I'm going to give you the name of a current casino resort. You're going to give me the name of the property that was there beforehand. Now, in some cases, the old property was completely torn down and a new property was built. That's fine. In other cases, it was a massive remodel, and some of the existing structure was still used, but it's not the same name. Okay. There are a couple instances where multiple casinos may have been made demolished or eliminated in order for a larger property to go in. But what I'm interested in is the hotel casino that preceded it. Now, if that's not enough rules. All right, so we have Anastas in the house. He's recovering from his second poking. And Gambling Granny, thanks for joining us. All right, so we're going to do this now. All right, question number 1, or resort number 1, is Venetian Palazzo. What was it before it was Venetian Palazzo? We have a winner. Stop the presses. Blair G is the winner. He's the first person that I see that said Sands. It was indeed the Sands, the entertainment capital of Las Vegas throughout much of the 60s. Fell on rather hard times by the 90s, purchased by Sheldon Adelson, who decided that he was going to demolish it and create an amazing luxury property, which was the Venetian. Later, the Palazzo was added. So there you go, Blair G, early lead. He gets the first point. Ryan loves a good poking. Yes. Thank you for joining us, Anastas. All right. Number 2. Circa. Circa. What hotel casino was on the site of Circa? Creeper Nick with the win. Las Vegas Club. Blair was like second. He must have the good Wi-Fi this night. I would have taken Vegas Club or Las Vegas Club. Either is fine. I'm saying LV Club is good. At least everybody knows that one. I never really liked that place. It always felt kind of dingy. They had the cheerleader outfits on the cocktail waitresses, which sounds good, except they were a bit long in the tooth. Maybe it wasn't so good. Oh, interesting. Las Vegas Sands is trying to legalize gambling there. I'm sure that would be much appreciated by the hog and the 2 cent. Definitely. I know this is interesting. Well, to me, in November, voters up in Nebraska, where I grew up, legalized gambling, I think, at horse racing tracks. And the city where I grew up, which was Grand Island, has an active horse racing track called Bonner Park. Once in a while in the winter months, because that's usually when they run, you'll catch them on simulcasts or TVG or something. So that's eventually going to be a full-on casino. So that'll be kind of cool when I go visit family up north. All right. Okay. Question number 3. This one's easy. I mean, the last one's pretty easy too. Actually, these first few are pretty easy. All right. I want to know what the previous name was of Planet Hollywood. Yeah, I know they do the simulcast. They actually have live keno at Bonner Park. All right, Crystal K just nipping ahead of Creeper Nick. The island Wi-Fi must be pretty good tonight. Crystal K getting in first with Aladdin. I walked through the original Aladdin. At the time, I found it a dark and unpleasant property, and stayed at Aladdin when they rebuilt it. Around 2004, I stayed there. Pretty nice property, but definitely I like Planet Hollywood. So Looking forward to spending some time there again. They have a nice row of Keno machines that I've spent many a late night enjoying. PJ needs to read more. Yeah, PJ's so stardust. Nice to know that PJ's not cheating, at least. Let me see. All right. Question number 4. This one might be a little more difficult. Oh, cool. I saw Britney Spears at Planet Hollywood, but it was the show. That was like 5 years ago this September. I hesitate to ask what sort of condition Britney might have been in when you saw her at the Aladdin in the lobby. Were you going down? No, I'm not. All right. All right. You sure it was Britney and not that girl that looked like Britney on the little card they gave you on the street? Just asking. Pennies is not winning big tonight. I think he thought he was going to come home with money. 35 people in the chat. That's really nice. Thank you, guys. I don't know who all the lurkers are, but I hope you're enjoying yourself. All right, here we go. Before it was this, it was that. It is now Win Encore. What property was on that site before Win Encore? It's been a while. I wonder who's going to replace Alex Trebek. A Vegas Goat is our winner with the Desert Inn, the DI. We have 4 winners so far. Yeah, that's right. Vegas Goat. Blair G was second. Kid kind of wrote Desert Inn. Dunes. All right. Okay, well, there you go. 37 people in the chat. That's very good. Maybe we can get to 50 by the time I decide that we're not going to do this anymore. So far, 4 questions, 4 different winners. 2 correct answers could ultimately be enough to win this thing. So do not fret. Everybody's still in this. Okay, this is kind of an interesting one. Fabulous property. They used to call it City Center, Aria, Badara. What used to be on that site or closest to that site? Say Aria. It could be Waldorf Astoria. Like I said, I'd have a hard time placing exactly where this property was in relationship to the other ones. All right. Oh, my goodness. Okay, we have a leader in the clubhouse. Blair G has got it again. It is the Boardwalk, just nipping Andrew and Simone. Yeah, if I'd have said Waldorf Astoria, the answer would have been Mandarin Oriental. But the Boardwalk was about as far from Mandarin Oriental as I am from as I am from James Bond. Let's put it that way. Good job, Blair. Yeah, if you had actually gotten that in first, Sandy, I probably would have given you for Boardwalk. Oh, it's like a hotel for hogs. All right, 5 in. 5 more questions to go. Blair leading with 2. Creeper Nick, Crystal K, Vegas Go each with 1. A reminder, if you are from outside the United States and you win today's prize, I would be more than happy to go to the local version, the Canadian version of Amazon. I can do this, I know because I've done it, and purchase you the equivalent of an Amazon gift card in Canadian funds. That may be the simplest way to do that. So have no fear. Do that for I think pretty much any English-speaking country has an Amazon site. So there you go. Okay, we're moving from the Strip back to downtown. We want to know what the previous incarnation was of the downtown Grand. A fine, though perhaps rather sparsely populated property. Yeah, I mean, if you want a US one too, that's fine. Vegas Best Idea is already anticipating winning the prize. And oh my God, Andrew has done it. He has got it. Lady Luck. A Good Times production on the board. That is the very first one that I can see. Andy just nipping Blair, Anastas, Slot Fever, L&D, all of them with correct answers. Everybody said Lady Luck. Stayed at Lady Luck a couple of times. Other than the fact that the last time I was there, the floor kind of seemed to have a sway to it. Hey, thanks for dropping in, Steph. All right, Steph, Denise, Daisy, hello. Hope you're having a good time out in Vegas. Just Steph's birthday yesterday. You're not following Vegas to Cali and subscribe to Vegas to Cali. She's got a lot of content on there. Yeah, a lot of Vegas content. So probably more than most of us because she's been there more recently than most of us. Staying in the city suite next month. That actually looks like a really nice. I want to say compromise. It sounds like there's a lot of sort of smallish suites downtown, which if you can get a good deal on them, are a really good place to stay. That was live 30 hours a day. Yeah, I saw she had like a 4-hour live stream the other day. Okay, just bear with me here. I love you all. I will try as much as I can to visit your live streams, as many of you are visiting here tonight. Appreciate it. But if I don't happen to make it and I look the next day and the live stream is like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, I ain't never going to watch it. Okay. Because really half the fun of this is the chat back and forth. It's just an opportunity for all of us to get together and share some laughs. Fitzgerald's, that would have been a good one if I had decided that I was even going to use the D. Sorry that I couldn't have provided the D for you, Mark. All right. Hello, Donna J. Welcome to the chat. Things are going fairly well for me. I hope things are going well for you. Hello, Melly Loves Slots. I am doing fairly well, I would say. Doing pretty good this week. I have the day off tomorrow. So looks like it's going to be a really nice day. Yeah, you have to anticipate. There was a, oh, and by the way, we were only, I think, probably a couple, 2-3 weeks away from PJ's trivia. You're not subscribed to PJ's Slots and Entertainment. I can't understand why you're not. And he will be doing a trivia contest. I don't know if it was the last season or the season before. He started doing it was like a word contest. And I figured out very shortly on that every single answer was going to start with the letter B. I guessed it, and it proved to be correct. And I won that night, and I think I won probably a Amazon gift card. But so that was kind of cool. I for a while, I looked like I was very, very bright. Speaks to Callie, Melba, Melly Loves Slots, Denise. Thank you for dropping by, Denise Zuckerman. Thank you. Glad to have you in the house. Anybody who's just arrived, we're doing a little trivia contest. The leader in the clubhouse only has 2 correct answers, so there are still 4 more questions. You could still win big or small, as the case may be. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one's a little bit harder. It's been probably over 25 years since this property changed its name. At one time, it's known as the Stratosphere. They call themselves the Strat now. What was it before it was the Stratosphere? There are days I'm happy to be anywhere, Denise. Definitely. 37 eyeballs in the house. 25 thumbs up. Thank you. We have a winner. Slot Fever, I believe, is our winner. Wait a minute. Hold on. Nope. 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 Uh-oh. This is getting real. It's Blair G with his third correct answer. Vegas World is the correct answer. Wow. I thought Slot Fever had actually gotten in first, but I am wrong. It was Blair G again with his third correct answer. So Blair gets one more right. He'll clinch this because nobody will be able to catch him. So there's only 3 more questions, unless we have to go to a tiebreaker, which is going to require Andy, Vegas Goat, Crystal K, Creeper Nick, one of those people to get 2 more answers right. All right. Hey, Jen, thanks for dropping by. Best to you and Kevin. Definitely check out their channel as well. Little bit of nothing. Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate it. Hey, it's Bino from 60 Second Cocktail. Thank you. Our guest mixologist extraordinaire. There you go. Uh-oh. Why are we matchmaking for PJ? I don't know what's going on here. All right. Okay. Let's see who can clinch this thing. This one's also been a while, as they say. So what was the previous property that existed on the site of what is now Mandalay Bay? Blair could clinch it with this one. Could clinch it with this one. Vegas Best Idea is having some sushi. Oh, I believe we may have a contest here. Creeper Nick has it correct. It is Hacienda. Nick with 2 correct answers. Blair with 3 correct answers. Vacation Village, I think, was even farther down the road. I'm not sure exactly where that was, but it was. I'm going to have to look that up, what its approximate location was. But it was sort of, I think, south of the airport on Las Vegas Boulevard. They had a great promotion back in the day. If you took your airline ticket to Vacation Village, they had a wheel that you could spin and you'd win something, and you could even win your airfare. So it was a pretty cool deal. I think Vacation Village has probably been gone for a good 25 years. So yeah, Hacienda is one of those YouTube videos you can search for if you're into implosions. So yeah, I think, oh, by the way, I'm pretty sure, Vino, I think we're going to do the third of your 3 cocktails that you sent me. I think we're going to do that this weekend. So definitely check that out, because you will be, in all likelihood, on the show. Hello, Helen. Thank you for joining us here on the live stream, a real live stream. Now, the trouble I had to go to find a free photograph of a stream, but there you go. All right, so this is a contest of sorts. There's still, everyone is in contention. But Blair G in the lead with 3 correct answers. Creeper Nick has 2. All of the following people could still tie Blair because there's still 2 more rounds. Crystal, Vegas Goat, and A Good Times Production, which we assume is Andy. Okay, the next one has 2 answers. Because the property that it is on had 2 different hotel casinos. So I will, if you give me one of those 2 first person to give me the first of those 2 properties will get a half a point. First person to give me the second of those 2 properties will get half a point. So there you go. It's not open yet, but it's Resorts World. Resorts World. What was on the site of what is now Resorts World? There were 2 casino hotels, motels on that site. It's not a hard one. Okay. Crystal K, I believe, has one of the correct answers with Stardust. And and the other one is indeed Blair G, who I believe may have just clinched this thing, because the other property was Westward Ho. Remember Westward Ho, kind of right there next to Circus Circus. Lots of fun. There's a big motel out back. Yeah, New Frontier, that property is a vacant lot across from Wynn and Encore. At one time, it was supposed to be developed into something, but it has not had. That's several things it was supposed to be. It would have, one time it was going to be like I think it was going to be called the Plaza. It was going to be based on the Plaza Hotel in New York City. But then that fell through. And then there were proposals for some kind of a themed property there on that site as well. I think Blair G has one, but I know you all want to do this last one, so we'll go ahead and do it. And then, oh, wow, that's really cool. I've never been to Vegas during an implosion. I haven't been as many lately, but I know I definitely I remember there were some folks that were around for Riviera that actually vlogged it. I don't know who it was. But. All right, so we'll do one more, and then we'll see who finishes second today. Oh yeah, Westward Ho used to have like the most sort of curious sorts of lounge acts, and they had like free Bloody Marys and margaritas, but I don't think there was any alcohol in them. All right. Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna like just book a room for one night at like Circus Circus or Oyo or some of these places. Actually, what I want to do, I want to stay at the Wild Wild West. Yeah, we'll see. I could do it with my Wyndham rewards points for free. All right, final question, if anybody wants to play along, is what was on the site that is currently Bellagio? This is an easy one, particularly if you follow Hog and 2 Cent, which I'm sure most of you do. They've been a little quiet lately. I did see them. I think I saw them in a live stream the other night. But for second place, or for an even more impressive first place. And Mark Angelo with the correct answer. I believe he is at the top. Wait a minute. Let me see here. No. Doing here. Oh, wow. Wow. That was really close. Crystal K with the win. So Blair G, 1, 2, 3.5 points in first place, and Crystal with looks like 2.5 points in second, and then Nick with 2 points in third. So thanks for everyone involved. I appreciate you stopping in. So Blair G, I don't know if you're on Facebook or anything like that. I can't really recall. You can email me at any one of my email addresses. Maybe the easiest one to remember is jrswift@gmail.com. And just email me and say, hey, I'm Blair G, and this is my email address. And we'll get you the $20 Amazon gift card. But okay, well, I'll go ahead and throw out the tiebreaker question. This could be fun. This is what I want for this one is the original name of this property. not what it was most recently, not what you may identify it as, um, but the original name of property. All right. Yeah, the seat should be fun. Good night, Andy and Simone. Thank you for staying up late with us. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. A little bit of nothing. Yeah, we're gonna bring back this week in Vegas history too on the Wednesday show. Although we may do it a little bit different. We may do my week in Vegas history. So if it's May the 8th, May the 12th, and at one time I was in Vegas on May the 12th, I may tell you what went on, what my memories are of that trip. That might be fun, and what was going on in Vegas at the time. But Barbary Coast, that is not the correct answer. Thank you for playing along, Andy. I'd have to, I'm not sure. There was something on the Barbary Coast site before Barbary Coast, but I do not know for sure. Okay, here's the question. What was the original name of the property we now know as the Link? The Link. Oh my God, Tom and Mandy got it. Did you just guess that I was going to ask that question? Did my notepad show up on the screen? Good job, Tom. Tom and Mindy Tom's been around a while. Maybe he stayed at Flamingo Capri. That's awesome. Yeah, it was IP for a long time. Of course, that's the name most people think of, but it opened up, I believe it was 1972 or 1973. It was called the Flamingo Capri for a number of years. Not sure how they got away with that because they were not actually affiliated with the Flamingo, but they just used that name. Good guess, Tom and Mindy. And sometimes that's what it's all about, is getting lucky. So, yeah, I'm going to have to. Hello, Lauren. Thank you for your guess. I'm one of these people who is not a big fan of the IP. I know there's a cult following out there. Good night, Simone. That's awesome, Tom. That's called gambling, people. You were real gamblers, you'd know that. Wow, that's awesome. Sorry, I'm chewing ice. That means Tom was due to get lucky. He did not have a lot of success playing these slots on his most recent trip. So yes, definitely check out Tom and Mindy's channel. If you've got a channel and I haven't mentioned it, feel free to drop a link. Not a problem. We're all about promoting things. Yeah. Tom is a very lucky man all the time because he has the lovely Mindy by his side. So no matter how many dollars she loses. Hello, Robert. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, Tom had a few good breakfasts on that trip. I don't know how you can eat that. I don't know how you people could eat those pancakes. This is the biggest what do you call it? The biggest scam ever is all you can eat pancakes. Oh yeah, all you can eat pancakes. Like I can get through more than 2 or 3. You can get through more than 2 or 3 pancakes, you're a psychopath. That's all I'm going to say. Open the damn borders. Crystal needs to get on Twitter. She apparently is of the mistaken belief this channel has any influence over the world. Oh, yeah. No, it was not, but I couldn't have even eaten what was there. Hello, Vegas Confessions podcast. That's one good thing. One good thing that if you do these live streams long enough, people just start showing up. Thank you for dropping in. I like a pancake now and then. Simon's, Vegas Confessions. This is just orange juice and pineapple juice. We're on the mocktails. I tell you, Vegas Confessions podcast, I'm having a heck of a time trying to submit my podcast to iTunes. It keeps telling me I need to activate my Apple ID, but I have an Apple ID. And I've given them all the payment information and all my personal information. I think I gave them a sample of my brain tissue, and they still give me an error message when I try to submit my podcast. They say I haven't activated my Apple ID. So I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, we'll probably do a podcast again next week. So yeah, I usually go with if I have if I'm waffle, pancake, or French toast, I'm a French toast guy. Although it can be bad. I'm not a waffle guy at all. Not a big fan of the waffle guy. Um, yeah, not a big fan of waffles. Blueberry Hill for us is delish. Yeah, I don't know. One of these trips, I'm going to have to rent a car again. There's a lot of places that would be fun to check out, and I know when I've rented cars in the past, it's been a bit of a headache sometimes, but also had an opportunity to drive out to places I wouldn't see otherwise. Blair, I want to confirm your email, JR. So that'll get it to me. That's one of the things. Oh, okay. Thank you, Julian. Um, Still gas. White Castle burgers for breakfast. I'm a White Castle fan. Hey, here's a momentous, important question that must be answered. I have not been to Vegas for the Super Bowl, L&D. And I have to be honest, interesting. French toast made with Hawaiian bread. Um, I like those Hawaiian sweet roll things. Those are really good. Challah is a good one for French toast. Okay, here's the question. What kind of fries? You got the steak fries, you got the little fast food kind of slender McDonald's fries, you got the really skinny little fries. I am the crinkle cut guy. I believe in the crinkle cut fries. And I was reminded of that when you mentioned White Castle because they do the crinkle cut, as does Shake Shack, Raising Cane's, Culver's. I'm trying to think of any other places that do the. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. The place that does waffle fries the most, what do you call it, curly fries? You know, I used to love the Arby's curly fries, and last few years I've had it, they just taste like burnt. But to me, the waffle fries are always undercooked. They don't have enough salt on them. Now, the waffle fries I had at Victory Burger at Circa, those were pretty good. They were crisp, but not impressed with the ones at Chick-fil-A. I don't know. I've never had the Rally's Checkers curly fries. Would definitely be willing to try those out. Yeah, I'm with Adam on the overrated. Yeah, the thing about McDonald's, and I actually had McDonald's today. I'm not sure the burgers are really meat in the traditional sense, or the fries are really potatoes, but they have like some kind of like mental memory, and they taste good. So I think they just inject them with some kind of weird substance. I am all about trying the poutine. I have never had it. Yeah, that's right. Actually, when I thought about the little, I can't even, what do you want to call it? Almost the really thin fries. Yeah, Freddy's, those are actually pretty good. And I say one of the reasons I like the crinkle cut is because you get a thicker fry, but you still have that surface area that is crisp because you've got all those little, shoestring. That's the correct word. Thank you, Ryan and Melba, for that. I can't remember having fries at Steak and Shake. We used to have one about a mile or so from where I live, and when we first got it, a lot of people would go there. It kind of went downhill. I don't remember it as being particularly bad, but I don't know. See, I'm not a fan at all of like the thicker fries. I don't really dig the Wendy's fries, although I had them with the all the Baconator stuff on them, and then they're pretty good. It's true. Fries themselves get cold very fast. So glad we're having this conversation. But yeah, the again the shoestring fries or flies uh, are similar to the crinkle cut fries in terms of having a lot of surface area in relationship to the amount of potato. So when you have a lot of surface area, you have more area where the heat can dissipate and the fry becomes cold. Whereas a thicker sort of steak cut fry would have a much greater ratio of potato to surface area. This is like, there you go. I'm a fan of the tater tots as well. I agree with that, Anastas. Trying to think who has the. Now, I don't know. I don't think it's a national chain, but there is a Mexican fast food place that's certainly around the Midwest called Taco John's. I'm guessing that Tom and Mindy would be familiar with that. And they have what they call potato olays, and they're basically just little kind of mini hash browns, tater tots things, and those are really good. I'm trying to think who else has tater tots. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly possible to make a thicker fry that is still very good, but it seems like the margin of error is lower. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Ryan. Sonic does tots. Yeah, those are good too. These days I have to go to Sonic again. Definitely close by. Wahlburgers. I've not tried Wahlburgers. Not opposed to trying it, but always seems a little pricey and doesn't necessarily seem like what I'm in the mood for. Yeah, remember when they may still remember when Arby's had the potato cakes? That was like they didn't have fries way back in the day. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Burger King in general, but I do like their breakfast because I like the croissant sandwich, and the little tots that go with those are pretty good. I'm trying to think. Now, of course, I got to give props to the Mickey D's. Yeah, I think you can still get them. I don't know. You probably have to wait for them to fry one of the potato cakes up. That they were a bit iffy sometimes. Sometimes they weren't completely cooked through as well as they should be. I got to give McDonald's. You got to love the McDonald's hash browns. Though. Those are pretty good breakfast snack for sure. But yeah, so this all started with a White Castle discussion. I got to get to White Castle again whenever I get back to Vegas because I do enjoy I enjoy the White Castle enough that I occasionally buy the frozen White Castle. Jack in the Box French toast sticks. Well, there's not a lot of it. Now the Chick-fil-A does the little mini hash browns for breakfast as well, but I don't remember them being particularly great. They were okay. I like Jack in the Box. I don't have one here in town. I hear a lot of bad things about them from time to time, but I've always had pretty good food on the few occasions that I've been there. Anastas does not think highly of the Hardee's has the best fast food hash browns. Okay, I'm going to have to remember that. Again, there's no Hardee's here in town. There used to be. But if I have breakfast at Hardee's, I have to remember that. Yeah, the frozen White Castles are pretty good. I mean, they're a pretty accurate description of what you get in the restaurant. But yeah, I think they have some decent breakfast sandwiches. I like to get their little cheese sticks. They're not great, but I kind of like something different with that. What's the so we're going to we'll since we've talked about fries, we'll talk about the burgers. I think Vegas Best Ideas has gone away, but what's everybody's thought on the In and Out? I think it's like a kind of fresher, more healthy uh, version of McDonald's. I don't think it's that great, but that's just me. Your honeymoon meal was at Jack in the Box. All right. Thanks for dropping in for a bit, Julian. Vegas Confessions podcast. Definitely listen into that. If you're not, lots of good Vegas content. I appreciate him dropping by, checking it out today. But yeah. So yeah, I'm not a big In and Out guy. We've got Five Guys here in town. I like Five Guys. That's a pretty good burger. That's right up there with Steak and Shake for me. But yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. It's a good hamburger, and but it's just a little fast food burger, and yeah, and I think that may be part of the deal. Um, I'm not that keen on on these animal stuff I'm not that keen on a bunch of onions and Thousand Islands. Yeah, Five Guys is the thing I hate about Five Guys, and I'm not a fan of their fries, but at all. Now, the Cajun ones at least have a good flavor, but and they give you like enough fries to like feed all the homeless people in your neighborhood. I have not tried Fat Burger. I used to really like Fuddruckers. I don't know if there's still a Fuddruckers at the Orleans, but many times I have when I've stayed there, I've had Fuddruckers. I think that's one of those what do you want to call it? One of those restaurants that's kind of shaky right now. So hopefully they will survive. There used to be one in suburban Kansas City that was pretty close to where I used to hang out. So went there quite a bit. A lot of your room service reversals are good and they come to you. Yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of burgers are real. There's a lot of burgers that are way too expensive. Now, I had Gordon Ramsay burger, and I thought the one I had, I thought was really good. It was like this ridiculous amount of cheese on it. More cheese. Hashtag more cheese. But well, yeah, you're right, Pennies. But see, the show is really over. This is the after show. The show was really just the quiz. Yeah, their Fuddruckers always had like really good buns, and of course, just like some of the rest of us. But yeah, well, actually, this at 1 hour live stream is like really short. But if you leave, we'll talk about you. No, I mean the biggest In and Out is not a bad price at all. The other thing, but the other thing about that is you always have to wait in line. I mean, usually you have to wait. The time I went wasn't a terrible line that I went at the Link Promenade, but I'm not a fan of waiting in line for food, even if it's really good. Yeah, I know Fuddruckers would like cook your burger to order too, which I'm not sure that's a great idea. No, a friend of mine like wanted his burger medium rare, and I'm not even sure it was cooked. Creeper Nick is everywhere, Ryan. He's Batman. That doesn't mean he's going to let you know if he's here. The kid is here. He's monitoring the account. All right, so we've discussed hamburgers. We've discussed so what's everybody drinking tonight? Anyone having a cocktail this evening? As I mentioned, I'm just having a mocktail tonight. I got these little plastic cups on sale. I think it must be these were like for Christmas or something. I didn't realize that, but there's a bunch of them for $1. I had room service at Bellagio once. I ordered a pizza. It was pretty good. I think there's a picture of it somewhere. Cinnamon is still in Vegas. Penny's on the Labatt's Blue. I don't know what Big Red is. I thought it was a gum. Vegas Visual in the house. Five guys go in and out of a White Castle before going to a Shake Shack to get some smash burgers before playing with Jack in the Box. Vegas Visual is a terrific new channel, and I say that because the first thing he did was like do a bunch of research and prove that I was the original Vegas vlogger. I don't know if that's really true. I think there were people doing it before I did, but they're not doing it anymore. So there we go. But he does like a recap every week of what all the different Vegas related channels are talking about. Gives a highlight of some of the things that he thinks are most worthwhile, and keeps up on how many people subscribe to various channels. And it's just a really cool cool information. He's on Twitter, Vegas Visual, but go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube channel. It's a great way to keep track of what's going on, and you can see, hey, here's a channel I don't watch all the time, but that sounds like an interesting piece. So follow him or her. Yeah, unfortunately, from what she said earlier, Cinnamon is .com. I didn't get the job. Yeah. Vegas Visual has now surpassed Pennies for Vegas and Vegas Best Ideas as watching the most YouTube videos. So anyway. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, I was hoping that I was hoping maybe we'd have Denmark Las Vegas Tips and Tricks would join us. I know he was in the Kino Kids broadcast earlier tonight. So no, I'm calling him an official spin-off of Vegas Tips and Tricks. But yeah, I have this great idea for Cinnamon. We want her to move to Vegas. We want her to get a job in Vegas, and then we want to teach her how to drive. And then what? When any of us come to Vegas, any other Vegas vlogger or vlogger, part of the Vegas community, she comes and picks us up at the airport. She has a dash cam, and the whole series is called Riding with Cinnamon. And it's like, 10, 15, 20 minutes of banter between her and whoever she picks up. This could be huge. It's got great cross-promotional potential. So that's what I want to see that. But I mean, the flaw in that the fly in that ointment is she probably never learned how to drive. Good night, Ryan. Hope you're feeling glad you're feeling a little bit better from your shot. Toonces the cat. I know that idea is absolutely free. Anybody else can move to Vegas and do the same thing. Just telling you. And you probably get like celebrities, hey, if it becomes big enough, pretty soon all the big channels start say hi to Matthew comes to Vegas and gets a ride from Cinnamon. That sounds so wrong. Wow, your arm still hurts and it's been 13 days. Today was 14 days. At 4:30 this afternoon, it had been 14 days since my second vaccine, which based upon my understanding of medicine, which basically is a bunch of YouTube channels and some Google searches, means that I have reached sort of maximum immuno capacity. That's right, Melba. That is absolutely, yeah, it's like a cash cab. If they could actually stay in the vehicle until they get to their hotel, it is a free trip. Otherwise, they have to pay. Telling you, the potential here is limitless, absolutely limitless. Somebody asked a question. I don't know what it was. Oh yeah, the arm thing. Yeah, my arm hurt. The first shot, I had almost no arm pain. The second shot, my arm hurt for like 5 or 6 days, but after that, it went away. So, what's funny is the little. Well, it's not funny, really. It's not that funny. The little Band-Aid they put on it, it survived like 6, 7 showers. I finally had to take it off. So I don't know what kind of Band-Aids they use, but we need to get some of those because none of those ever. Yeah, we could even get her, I think we could get her a license plate that just said like HTMSS XPR or something like that. Telling you, pitch this to her. She doesn't even need a job because we'll pay her for these rides. Telling you, big money. I hear Cinnamon is going to be driving the electric cars in the Elon Musk tunnel. Great question, Slot Fever. I had a beer can collection. I still have it somewhere. It's not on display. From way back in the 70s when I was a kid, I would literally go around. We lived out in the country. I would literally go around in the ditch and find different beer cans. And finally, people started giving them to me. So I have a bunch of cans from back in the 70s. And then all around my apartment, and I'm not going to do it now because it'll be a mess, but sometime again, I'll do a tour. I got really into craft beer about 5-6 years ago. And so every time tried a different beer, I held on to it. I moved to this apartment and there's a ledge that runs through the living room, through this, what I call the office, which is one of the bedrooms, and into the second bedroom. And I have displayed all of the different beers that I have tried over the years. I have an empty can of Billy beer, PJ. What we got here? Anchor Steam. Yeah, I like Anchor Steam. I first had an Anchor Steam at a bar in San Francisco. So that's where it's made. Steam beer is pretty good. But yeah, I'm kind of more of an ale guy normally, although we talk about Budweiser all the time. And that's always a good reason about I order Budweiser because it's almost always available. And it also does not fill you up so fast. But yeah, I like an ale or an IPA, like things that are a little hoppier, shall we say. So anyway, yeah. So I know Andy said he got the Johnson and Johnson vaccine. I think I mentioned I had the Pfizer. Duder said Pfizer. Anybody have the what's the other one? Can't think what it's called. I know I talked to somebody this morning that had just gotten it a couple of days ago. It's the other one that you have to have two. But it's like, yep. EJ is Team Pfizer. I think Crystal is Team Pfizer. But I cannot, yeah, Team Moderna. I don't know too many people who have had the Moderna. Oh, Mark got the Moderna? Yeah, the person that I talked to this morning that had gotten their first Moderna shot had quite a reaction to it. Dick. Andy loves it. It's it's ironic that there. If you remember, there was the sitcom star Andy Dick. It's ironic, isn't it? That Andy keeps being called Dick. Oh yeah. So if Vegas Best Ideas gets immunized, it's probably going to be the Moderna, which is the AstraZeneca one. That's the same thing, I believe. So yeah, LA Shadow. Welcome to the chat, Moderna. So yeah, I think we should all get like little buttons that say team Moderna, team Pfizer, team Johnson and Johnson. Well, I know it's been several months ago. It was like, which vaccine's the best to get? It's the one you can get, because the apparently, even though it sounds like the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccine are probably a little more effective, all of them really pretty much protect you against any sort of serious infection or hospitalization or your demise, hopefully. So, oh, really? Okay. Nurse Tamara. It's too bad that Dr. Laura's not still in the house. Yeah, my mom and dad both had the COVID last year, and dad, they diagnosed him with it earlier this year before he passed away. It had nothing to do with COVID. And yet they both had vaccines, but neither one of them had much of any reaction to the vaccine. So it's really unusual how that works. I've also heard that like younger people often have more of a reaction to the shots because their immune system is stronger, which would explain why maybe my parents did not have that much of a reaction to it. But so I guess I should feel good that I had a reaction to it. Maybe that means I have a good immune system. Yeah, they're saying we'll probably have to have some kind of booster. I'm cool with it. I think the thing about this, I think it actually sort of, what do I want to say? It made me much less nervous about getting shots. I'll be 58 this fall. So I think I'll start getting the flu shot. I'm not freaked out by it anymore. So there you go. Uh, so there you go, all kinds of stuff. But Ohio removing all COVID health orders starting 6/2. Yeah, I think we're getting close around here. I don't know. I don't follow the day-to-day news that much around here unless there's something major that I need to know. A couple of times a week, I'll go on the newspaper website and check out the COVID-19 information. But I got to feel like we're really close to making it back to whatever you want to call normal. Although I think they're still going to want people to wear masks. But I think the capacity limits and all that stuff are gone. Apparently, this is not a news segment today, but apparently all the MGM properties are back at 100%. Yeah, actually, there's a lot of when when I was getting over my reaction to the shot, I watched a whole bunch of videos of doctors and all kinds of people talking about their experience with the vaccine. All right, thank you, Dr. Mark. Did you stop taking birth control or did you stop taking AstraZeneca, pennies? Did you, Mark, did you have what shot did you have? I can't remember. I'm sure I asked you. Yeah, paid parking. Sucks for you. Have to start staying off strip. I don't know. Cosmo never had. I wouldn't be surprised if like Cosmo and Wynn and some of those places still go with the free parking. Moderna. So there you go. 1 hour and 20 minutes. Anybody have any interesting Vegas related information or any questions tonight? I will say I do credit Straight Shots of Vodka for protecting me from the virus for many months before I was finally able to get the vaccine. Yeah, you do not. I think we're at the point where outdoor masks are not going to be a thing anymore. I think that was the CDC guidelines, was basically if you've been vaccinated, there's no need for you to wear a mask outside. I think you'll have Cosmo. You can always park at the Miracle Mile shops and catch a cab to your hotel. That's a long walk. If you've ever done that. It's a better parking place if you're staying at Alara than if you have to walk through that entire mall. Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of get some. I mean, I wouldn't mind the paid parking so much as if at least you had free parking where you're staying, which I think was what they were doing maybe at Wynn and Venetian even before this pandemic. Vegas Visual, where are you from? Are you a Vegas local or are you just a visitor like the rest of us? The train car, Pullman car. I don't know. That's interesting. I think that was connected to Main Street Station. At least I thought it was. In fact, I think that lot may have been owned by Boyd before Stevens bought it. Yeah, that was a cool little piece of memorabilia. I'd pour one out from Main Street Station, but they're going to open again. I have a good feeling for them by the end of the. Okay, San Diego. Cool. I have an old friend from college, or not college, high school, lives just outside of San Diego. Yeah, if you spend enough money. I haven't even gambled this year, but I still am platinum with Caesars. So should I think that gives you free self parking. Yeah, I think we all wish we could kind of live in San Diego. I think it's like perfect weather, which is why it's so expensive to live in San Diego or Santa Barbara. Would be nice too. A lot of beautiful cities in California. Yeah. Hotel California. Yeah. All right. Steve, baby. 40, 50 should be enough for free money. Yeah. Yeah. I'm mystified by parking validation. Parking validation. I know they do that downtown at places. I don't really get it. Helen lives in San Diego. Yeah, if you're an insomniac or just love hanging out, meeting some cool people, um, definitely be sure you're sub to PJ Slots and Entertainment. Usually, at least once a week, he'll do a lounge, just play some music, and give you a chance to hang out, chat. If you're having a rough day, share it. Friends, make some new friends. Yeah, exactly. It is it's funny. It's not really funny. The other day, I was watching I think it was yesterday actually. Ace of Vegas had a piece on downtown versus the Strip, and concluded that really liked it downtown. It was a much better value, and I couldn't disagree with that in principle. Except when I'm downtown, I tend to flip from one property to another all the time. I rarely ever earn any comps. So for me to stay downtown is more expensive than for me to stay on the Strip, even though in some ways I'd rather stay downtown. That's right. No politics, no religion. There is PJ's Lounge does have a full liquor license, so you're welcome to drink to your heart's content. Yeah, definitely. I will say, and for those of us who've been there, which I think, I don't know, probably a minority of people in here now, but for those who have been to Circa, really, really cool property. A lot of nice restaurants. I like the casino. The sports book is amazing. The pool looks amazing if you're into that. But it doesn't quite feel like downtown, does it? When you're in there, you feel like you're sort of in a different world. And when you look at the property, you look at the hotel tower, it just doesn't feel like it fits. It like stands out. So it's interesting. I had I stayed at the Plaza for 2 nights back in February, and a couple of weeks ago, I got an email offer from them, which I was surprised to see, for 3 free nights. But it expired at August 31st, and there's no way I'm going to be in Vegas before August 31st. So we'll see if if I get that offer again for the fall. I like the Plaza, and it's certainly a good location now with Circa right there in the remodeled Golden Gate, and Plaza itself has really made some great strides in recent years. Yeah, I think, Adam, I think that to me, the Circa has a wow factor when you walk into it. Yeah, they probably will send another one. I was surprised, though. I don't really think I gambled all that much at Plaza, but I'm happy. Like I said, I'd be happy to stay there again for a couple of nights. Ideally, my ideal trip to Vegas is probably 5 nights, and a couple of those, 2 or 3 of them downtown and 2 or 3 of them on the Strip. That way, you get the best of both worlds. Crystal K, huge fan. I never get around. One of these days, when I get caught up on a couple of the other ones, I'll have to get back and check out the Plaza podcast thing, which I know Crystal listens to, with what's his name, Jonathan from the Plaza, who seems like a really, really cool guy. I think downtown has some really innovative people running the operation. I did see that if you can't afford to stay at Circa, and I did see, I was looking at some room rates in September. There were some nights at Circa that were like 119, which is expensive, but it's not ridiculous. I mean, that was midweek. So I do think we'll see some of that go down. I do believe that still, if you stay at Golden Gate or the D, you'll get 2 free passes to Stadium Swim. So if you want to check that out but don't want to spend the money and you're staying at one of those other properties, there you go. We are coming up on the bottom of the hour, and I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Few nights. Yeah, I've become kind of a fan of the South Strip the last year or so. I really like Luxor. I like Mandalay Bay. It's not an area I've spent a lot of time, but definitely worth it. All right. Good night, Drew. Hope your tooth gets to feeling better or doesn't feel any worse. Again, do appreciate all of you who hung out with us tonight. We've had a pretty steady crowd of about 24 folks throughout the show. Congratulations again to Blair G, if he's still in the house. And he won our gift card tonight. Yeah. I think the last time we did one of these lives was back in January before the February trip. So it's been a while. Been a lot of stuff that's gone on since then. But we'll probably try to maybe do this once a month. We'll see, because we used to do this as a monthly live stream and enjoyed touching base with all of you who made it into the chat tonight. Those lurkers who may not have said anything, we appreciate you being here as well. It all counts. If you haven't, please click that thumbs up on your way out. And hopefully you will join us this Saturday for another episode of Vegas Weekly. And as we always say, until then, hope that you have a great, lucky, and healthy week, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.